HBCU Overdrive is proudly sponsored by WeWorkForEverything.org. At WeWorkForEverything.org, this is for those who are trying to build for a dream with their latest hoodies, t-shirts, long sleeve shirts, and accessories and more. You can have it all here at a reasonable price. Black owned and operated out of the great state of New York. Like I said, get suited and booted. Check it out at WeWorkForEverything.org. Peace.
Internal closing. Internal opening.
I'll tell you what, producer Pat, give us the next game. What do we got? All right, all right. We're gonna go back to the NFC with this one, boys. We got the Detroit Lions. Line on this one, guys. A lot.
All right. Okay, let's start this over. We unplugging, we plug back in. That's on me. So let's start this over. Can y'all hear me now? If you can hear me, put a one up in the air. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Amber. All right, let's start this over again for the, you know, the technical difficulty on my end. This is your boy Doc Holiday. We are back as always with HBCU Saturday night, the late night edition. Uh, and all you have to do is just hit that subscribe button to subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell to get everything HBCU Overdrive. All right, everybody that can hear me, can hear me, can hear me. And then we got rattlers in the house. We got some bison in the house. We got we got some Bama State folks in the house. We got pretty much a lot of folks in the house. But I'm gonna be honest with you. Y'all see the title on here. Y'all see the title for tonight. Homecoming Chaos, because that's what it was. Homecoming Chaos. What up, Craig? What's up, my boy? What's up, my guy? Third Ward Tiger up in this thing. It's homecoming chaos up in here. So, man, look, we just gonna get down to it, man. Y'all already know how we do. Y'all already know how we do, how we get down up in here. As always, just become a member of the channel. Hit the subscribe button, subscribe to the channel, and then follow me on Instagram and Twitter at HBCU_overdrive. And also, you know what I'm saying, become a family member. All you have to do is just jump outside of the chat, hit the join button. We got two tiers. We got blue and we got purple. Everything that you do donate when you become a family member, it goes back to the channel, travel, initiatives, equipment for the channel. And last but not least, if you don't want to do it like that, you can always hit the Cash App up. And basically, like I said, it's the same thing. Goes back towards the channel, travel, initiatives, equipment. Does not go in my pocket. It serves for a greater cause. Um, and then also, like I said, we got birthdays right now. It's October the 15th. We know we got some birthdays today. Yesterday was the 14th. We know we got some birthdays from Saturday. So if you got birthday that's coming up or that just passed, let me know. I'll shout you out. Other than that, man, other than that, I'm gonna be real with y'all. It's homecoming. It was homecoming chaos. So the big cats in the SWAC, and when I say big cats, I'm talking about Grambling and Jackson State. It was not a day for the big cats. It was not a day for the blue bloods of the SWAC for homecoming. Um, just gonna be honest with you. Just gonna be real with you. Be real with you. Let's start off, man. Look, we gonna jump this thing off. We're gonna start off in the MEAC. In the MEAC, man, look, I ain't gonna lie to you. Everybody in the MEAC lost today. Everybody in the MEAC lost today. It does not matter how bad they lost, but everybody in the MEAC lost today. So, what does that tell me? What does what does that tell me right there? The MEAC need to get their weight up. They need to get their weight up. And so the MEAC lost. They lost every last game today. I don't see them doing anything as far as
uh, trying to have some sort of moral victory. But we gonna start off with South Carolina State losing to Tennessee Tech out of the OVC 28-7. Tennessee State with another victory on their hand against Norfolk State 24-17. And the last but not least, the Brainiacs of the MEAC, the Howard Bison, go up to Cambridge, Massachusetts, and gets destroyed by the Preppy Boys from Harvard 48-7. So there we go. I had to get my Draco on. But anyway, the MEAC basically took some L's today. I just want to just let everybody know what's going on. But next week they do start their conference play, and it starts on Monday. It starts on Thursday against Morgan State and North Carolina Central. Norfolk State takes on Howard on a Saturday. That's on ESPNU at 11 o'clock in the morning. And then South Carolina State takes on Delaware State. That's 11 o'clock on ESPN Plus. The Morgan State North Carolina Central game is on ESPNU. That is on a Thursday at 6:30. Make sure everybody, it doesn't matter if you SWAC, CIAA, SIAC, whatever. We need to tune in to get the eyes on our HBCUs. Let's get on to the SWAC. I ain't gonna keep this long. Shout out to Mississippi Valley for getting a first win against Pine Bluff, 52-17 on their homecoming. So that's one thing. That's one part of the homecoming that was chaos right there. Oh, let's see what else. Prairie View with the goose egg. Prairie View with the goose egg against Houston Christian, 30-0. It seemed like they didn't even pitch the bitch. Southern takes care of that JV team from Lincoln, California, 45-18. I'm trying to figure out how the hell they let them score 18 points. But hey, they won. It was their homecoming, so it is what it is. Texas Southern goes all the way to Daytona and comes out with the 3-point victory over Bethune, 34-31. Texas Southern gets their second win of the season. Let's see what Mr. Jace Wilson. He 15 of 19, 189 yards. They had no touchdowns, but he didn't turn the ball over. Ladarius Owens had 163 yards on 19 carries with 3 touchdowns and averaged 8.6 yards a carry. So that was just light work for him. That was light work. Bethune-Cookman, Luke Sprague comes back. He has 118 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. This game was pretty much close throughout the whole time. And Bethune tried to make a comeback late in the fourth quarter, and Texas Southern came away with the victory towards the end. As like I said, 34-31. First homecoming record of the day was Alabama A&M going into the hole, exit 81, Grambling, Louisiana, going down to Grambling, play them in the hole, and beating them 45-24. Oh my goodness. Xavier Langford, his numbers wasn't that great. 9 of 22, 127 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. But this what happens. He also had 16 carries for 193 yards and touchdowns on the ground for a total average of 12.1 yards per carry. Buddy had 320 yards of total offense by himself. He had three. Oh yeah, send me a Grubhub order for breakfast. he had 320 yards of total offense in this game with 3 touchdowns combined. Eaglet had 97 yards rushing with 2 other touchdowns on the ground, and Ryan Morrow had 39 yards with a touchdown himself. On the other hand, Miles Crowley was 21 to 36, 244 yards in the air, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. I would give this to Alabama A&M. They were stopping Gramblin's run. It was times where Zarian Hayes and that whole 7-man front was in the backfield of Grambling stopping the run. It seemed like Grambling couldn't get off after the second, pretty much when the second half started. And this game was tied at 17 at halftime. And then in the third quarter alone, Alabama A&M scores 21 unanswered points in the third quarter and held Grambling to only 7 points in the second half total. I'm not hating on Graham. I'm not hating on Hugh Jackson. I still like what he's doing with the program, but in these games where you're slated to win, you gotta come out and show up for these games. So that's one part of the chaos that we saw today. The other part of the chaos we saw today was Alabama State coming into Jackson, Mississippi, taking on my beloved Jackson State Tigers and coming out with a 5-point win on our homecoming, 24-19. Now, Coach E-Rod got one thing right. He wanted to play us in Jackson on our homecoming. And he wanted to show everybody that he wasn't going to back down for nobody. The only thing he didn't get right is that Deion Sanders is in Colorado and he has his own problems. But this game starts off 10-0 in the first quarter. Alabama State jumps out with a 10-0 lead. Jackson State comes back to tie the game in the second quarter to go into halftime tied at 10. Shut out Alabama State in the third quarter while we scored 3 points, and then in the fourth quarter, 2 late scoring touchdowns by one by Damian Stewart on a 12-yard run, and then the other one by Marcus Harris on a 2-yard run. Now, let's get into these stats because I always look into stats. I always look at stats. And the bet we got you, SWAC fan. The best thing that Eddie Robinson did in this game was not flip to the other quarterback. He said he did not flip to Demetrius Davis because I put it out there. I said this: if Demetrius Davis played in this game today, Bama State was going to lose this game. He was going to lose this game. I don't know if he didn't play him in because he was injured, but in a sense, if he would have put Demetrius Davis in this game, he was going to lose this game. Because the reason why I said that is because the offense does not look the same when when Davis is in the game than when Stewart is in the game. When Stewart is in the game, the offense looks more crisp. You can set up the run, you can run the ball up the middle. You can do play action passes. And even though Damon Stewart he's a short dude too. He's 5'11". He got some giddy up. I give him that. He does have some giddy up. And and he keeps the offense going. He knows how to maneuver the pocket. That's the best thing that I've seen with Stewart than what I don't see with Demetrius Davis. Now, let's look at the stat line for Alabama State. He didn't have a great day passing the ball. 5 of 12 for 80 yards, and he only had one interception. All right. But he had 33 yards on the ground, 1 touchdown on the ground. The main thing about this is he kept the offense on the field. He kept the offense on the field. He kept the offense moving. That was the best thing about that. The offense didn't stall. In certain times, certain possessions, the offense for Bama State did not stall. So, and it doesn't help that Jackson State fumbled 4 times either. I'm just letting y'all know. We fumbled 4 times. They recovered 3. So, in the turnover department, we helped them out immensely. Now, I'm gonna say this. Let's look at Jackson State. Let me look at the little stats for Jackson. All right. Now, here's another thing. Here's the thing I'm looking at Jason Brown's stats. He threw for 234 yards. He didn't have a touchdown. He didn't have an interception. He didn't turn the ball over. But his completion and attempts, he was 30 for 44. So that meant everything that Bama State was doing was keeping everything in front. They did not want to get beat deep. They kept everything in front. Also, and I was listening to the game, and y'all, if you watch the game, you listen to the game, you listen to the announcers. One of the announcers kept saying that if you keep throwing to the wide side of the field, meaning you're on a hash mark furthest to the opposite sideline, one of those cornerbacks was going to jump the route and pick the ball off. Now, I also had to say this, is that you're talking about Philip Short, not Dorsett. Come on now. Now, I will say this. Irv Mulligan goes out of the game. He ended the day with 57 yards on 11 carries. Desmond Moultrie comes in. He picks up the slack, gaining 65 yards on 10 carries, and he has a touchdown. Jason Brown is not built. Jason Brown, I'm being real honest. I like to be honest on this thing. Jason Brown ain't built for this offense. I'm gonna be real with you. When you want to run RPO, he is the wrong person to run RPO for this offense. With Jason, you have to run a spread. You have to run a spread offense to where he can pick folks apart. You also got to have a decent offensive line to make sure that the man don't get touched in the backfield. When it comes to the RPO, the spread RPO, he is not the one. He is not the one for the offense. Now, I would say that one, he needs to learn how to slide. Oh my God, it's like watching. It's like watching me and seeing me break down, break down like I'm a transformer. But you gotta learn when to pull the ball out of the stomach of the running back, and you gotta learn when to give it to him. Like if the defensive end is crashing down, if they crashing down, you pull the ball out. You pull the ball out. If they playing containment, you give it to the running back. Hey, I don't even think if Jason Brown went to Southern, I don't even think he would. I don't even think Dooley would do anything with him either. I think Dooley would even mess him up. Would have messed him up even more. Uh, from what I heard, Ashton, I think he had is an ankle injury, but I mean, we still got a stable amount of running backs in the room. Uh, in this game, I'm gonna be real with you. In this game for the receivers, for Jackson State, they were going up against some big cornerbacks. You got one corner, which is Adrian Maddox. That kid is 6'2", 200 pounds, solid. The other corner, I did an interview with him earlier this summer, is Mikey Victor. 6'3", 210. Solid. Both of those dudes are playing straight up man football. They're playing press man. They pressed the crap out of Rico today. Rico didn't even get off. That's the bad part of it. He only had one catch. Fabian McCray, Fabian McCray, it was nice. Fabian McCray was nice, had 79 yards on 8 catches, but it's like he couldn't get off that press. Yeah, Rico had negative 1 yard. And it was on the screen pass. It was on the screen pass. But I'm just being real honest with you. The offense is lagging because I'm being honest this game because the receivers couldn't get off the line. Jason couldn't get the ball to him. Bama State blitzed damn near every other down. Bubba Adams was in the backfield damn near every other down. Bubba led the whole game in tackles. I think he had double digits. He was double digits in tackles. Had a couple of TFLs. Bubba was in our backfield every other down. And another, yep, Amber, I thank you for telling me saying that too. He doesn't see the open man. When you don't see the open man, that's when you get those checkdowns, because for one, you're not trying to take a sack, you don't want to turn the ball over, but it's where it's not churning out the yards. We got to churn them yards out. And it's Mr. Martin is always going to be due to turnovers. We cannot turn the ball over. We can't fumble the ball 4 times. It could have been 5 with the Jacobian fumble, but remember I think his knee was down, but then 2, they called the play back because it was a penalty. So I'm saying this, and I'll be real honest with everybody. I said that I wouldn't change the QBs, but after what I saw today and what I'm hearing today, I'd be willing to change the QB. I'd be willing to change to Jacoby and Morgan, or at least go with Zay McDonald. If I go with Jacoby and Morgan, he fits the offense better. Jacobian fits the offense better. I'm gonna be real honest with y'all. He fits the offense better. He knows when to run it. We'll be able to see what his arms do will be. But I will change the offense. I would give the keys to Jacobian. Because we see, I'm be honest with you, we played 7 games. Out of the 7 games, we already seen what we saw from Jason Brown. Hunter was hurt because I think he was still hurt. Thank God we had a kicker. He didn't miss extra point. He didn't miss any field goals. So thank God for that. We got 2 interceptions. One from K5, a diving interception. Loved it. Appreciate you, Ashton. Appreciate you. But on the real, for the interceptions, like I said, K5 with a diving interception that I like, stepped in front of the receiver, got the ball. And then the other interception was from AJ Petty. Just, basically in the back, just looking. And that was opportunistic, very opportunistic. In reality, we only lost 3 we fumbled 3 times, and we lost all 3. And in fact, when I'm looking at the stats, I don't even see the fumble that they said 7 had got. I guess they didn't count it. I mean, Grayson looks like the best QB, but would I put him in there? Nah, I don't think so. I mean, I would, but I wouldn't. But I would go with Jacobian because, like I said, he fits the actual offense. He can use his legs. And then he threw the ball. He threw the ball today. I mean, he only threw it 1 time, but his hands should not be hurting now, because I'm gonna put it just like this: if you're on the field, you ain't hurt. I'm gonna say it just like this: if you're on the field, you ain't hurt. I guess okay. So he did fumble twice, and I didn't see he fumbled twice, but I'm they didn't put it in the stats for ESPN, but um we have 4 games left. I think we could. I think I agree with you, Ashton. I agree. I wholeheartedly agree with you. We had Irv up in there. We would have got the touchdown. It would have been a better game. But then again, then also too, we can't turn the ball over, and we gotta figure out the QB situation, and hopefully TC goes back to the drawing board and figure just say, hey, if we gonna run this offense, Coach Harris, we're gonna run this offense. We got to put somebody that can fit this offense. And I don't think we need to lead the OCDs to go. That's basically. I mean, everybody jumping the gun where he needs to go. No, we don't have the QB that fits this offense. He wants to run the RPO. He wants to run the run pass option. Jason Brown is not a run pass option. He is a pro style quarterback. I mean, this dude wants to drop back and throw the ball. So let's stop trying to fire somebody. Let's try to basically just say, let's just say, look, QB don't fit the offense. That doesn't mean that we fired the OC for what? That lets you know that you ain't no true fan. That you ain't no true fan. That lets you know you overreacting off of one game. So just chill with that. So we go into Valley next week. Like I said, Valley got their first win today for their homecoming, 42-17 against Pine Bluff. Try to do a breakdown on that team this week. So y'all be prepared. Let's get prepared to watch that and try to figure out what we need to do against this team. Do we? There's a good question. Do we need to put the blame on the OC or QB play? You can say both. You can say both, Whitley, because when you just got to get somebody that can fit this offense. If you want to have the offense running and clicking like that with the tempo, Brown ain't the one to do it. He is a drop back pro style quarterback. He is as pro style as what they can be. And that I'm gonna stick with it. So we are 4-3, 2-2 in conference. We are 4-3, 2-2 in conference. Now that lets you know for this season, Alabama State and FAMU has a tiebreak, has the advantage over us. But in the East, FAMU is still sitting at 4-0 in conference play, followed by Alabama State, Jackson State, and Alabama A&M, all sitting at 2-2, and Valley with their first conference win sitting at 1-2, and Bethune-Cookman is at 0-3 in conference. And then on the west side is Prairie View is still 3-1. Alcorn and Southern are sitting at 2-1 in conference. Grambling is sitting at 2-2, and Texas Southern sitting at 1-2, and Pine Bluff is sitting at 0-3. Now, it's chaos on the west, in the west of the SWAC. It's a clusterfuck in the east. So there's still a lot of football to be played. The season is not over and done with yet for any of these teams that I just picked, just named. So it's not done. It's not done yet in this season, and I'm gonna just be real honest with y'all. Um, Still won't know who will go to the SWAC championship game. You can say that FAMU has the best shot to get to the SWAC championship game, but they still got to face A&M. They still got to face Prairie View. I think that's it because I think they play Lincoln, California, and then they got Bethune. So let's see. Yeah, man. Look, Blue, they came out. Yeah, they came out and said we ain't about to get disrespected on our homecoming. Not like everybody else. But we ain't gonna get disrespected on our homecoming. So a few things I'ma say, and then we just gonna end it in a little bit. You can say too much gotta happen for FAMU, but it's still the SWAC. Doesn't matter. It does not matter. It's still the SWAC. Y'all so used to being in the MEAC. Hell, this the SWAC. It don't matter what is. You could sit at 4-0, and your ass could be 4-4 towards the end of the season. It doesn't. It does not matter. I'm being dead honest. I mean, you can say they got it made, but just let them keep getting the big head. But what I'm saying is, this is what I'm saying. It's still wide open in both divisions. It's still wide open. So I'm not gonna count nobody out. I'm not gonna count my squad out. Shoreline gonna, Bama State not gonna count them out, or A&M not gonna count them out. You know what I'm saying? So it's a three-way tie for that second spot. And if we got to get this thing going, because if we can't get it to the SWAC championship game, we got to start talking about playoffs. And I'm just being real honest with you. I'm just being real honest with you. You just don't, but Zach, we just don't know. You gotta realize it's still the SWAC. It is still the SWAC. No matter if you lose to Texas Southern or Bethune, it's still the SWAC. Playoff. Wait a minute. Hold on now. Can SBA police? You came on to? Oh yeah, I want to see you, partner. Nah, the playoff is still in the day. It's still going on, but um, yeah, you got a problem with me? It's still wide. To be honest with you, it's still wide open. I don't care what anybody say. Y'all can say it ain't wide open. It's still wide open. You just don't know what can happen. You still don't know what can happen. But anyway, we got SBA police up in here. He a op. So anyway, I mean, if anybody want to take care of SBA police, because I don't need all that negativity up on here, because I don't feel like cussing nobody out. that person that just yeah, get him out. Send it to the gulag. Oh yeah, FAMU is going down to Texas Southern, going down to the H. Thank you, Miss Amber, because I don't feel like cussing nobody out. Your wrench coming, man. Come on. You sound like you sound like Frozo. Where's my super soup? Oh my goodness, man. Oh my goodness. Look, I appreciate everybody for staying up with me tonight. Like I said, I did get off late, midnight, but it's all good. I did use the camera yesterday. I got some good pictures of the game, and I got some great pictures of the future of Jackson State football and Ethan Terrell as from the quarterback. And shout out to Ethan because he did get selected. He did get added to the quarterback back list, quarterback back award list that is given out by Mr. Earl Kitchens, who was the he is basically FAMU. He's FAMU made, but he was the SID for FAMU. He put him on the list, so I appreciate him for putting on the list, and hopefully he could see and get the stats in of his next game, and my guy Ethan can show out and ball out next week. They got a rival game against Flower Mound Marcus. So if you are in the DFW area, y'all want to catch that game. That game is next Friday on the campus of Marcus High School in Flower Mound. That is a big rivalry game right there. But if you can't make that game, you can always make the game the following week in Louisville against Plano East, which is a big rivalry game for them also. But but I would say this. I think it's time to look at other, Jacoby and their quarterback. We got to take care of the ball. We're still a good running team as far as running the ball. Our defense played phenomenal today. Even though you can say 24 points, but that was because we short field position for Alabama State. But our defense did play phenomenal today. Both defenses for both schools played phenomenal. I'm not going to hold Bama State on their defense. Also, like I said, Thursday night, Morgan State, North Carolina Central. Everybody's eyes should be on that game right there on ESPNU, 6:30 p.m. Make sure y'all watch that game right there. So we get their viewerships, not just for them, but for everybody in HBCU football. But other than that, man, look, I'm your boy Doc Holliday. I'm the voice of the HBCU culture. This has been HBCU Saturday Night Live. And this show has been powered by WeWorkForEverything.org. Make sure that you go on the website, check out the hoodies, check out the t-shirts, check out the long sleeve shirts, check out any type of accessories that they have. It is black owned. So this brother is doing a good thing, a great thing with his company. Like I said, check them out. WeWorkForEverything.org. I have my hoodie. It's got to be put on tomorrow because it's gonna get kind of cool out here in Texas. But yeah, the chaos, like I said, the homecoming chaos was the title was was aforementioned. I put it out there. I thought about it, and that was the title that I came with. Hell, I'm like, look, maybe we might have something going on, but you know, it was an eclipse this morning, so I'm like, what the hell? Woke up to that. From what I heard, that I think that's the right number. That 40,000 attended the homecoming. Shoot. We had a solar eclipse earlier today. But maybe that played a part in that too. But anyway, man, we're gonna be on this thing on Monday. Well, I'm gonna do it on Monday night, but we'll be back on here on Tuesday night at gonna do it at 9:00 Tuesday night at 9:00 with the top 10 countdown for week 8 of HBCU football. So make sure y'all tune in to that. I would really give it my top 10 on Twitter on tomorrow to let people see where I stand for the season. Yeah, it was the eclipse. It was the eclipse, bro. It was the eclipse. It was crazy though, man. It was a crazy day today. But I appreciate everybody for rocking with me, staying up late. Make sure that y'all stay safe out there. If you're still doing homecoming activities, make sure you drink accordingly. If you're going to homecoming service for church, make sure you get your butt up early in the morning and get your homecoming attire, church attire ready and laid out on the bed. But as always, man, look, I appreciate everybody for jumping on, and appreciate my guy Ashton for the $5 tip. Hey, anything, anything come with it, man. You my guy right there. Even though you're a rattler, it's still all love up in here. But as always, man, look, we be back on here Tuesday. Be blessed, stay safe, stay dangerous, and hug your loved ones, check on them. And also, my last thing, we should have a show about this. Do a mental checkup. Do a mental checkup. Call somebody. Do a mental checkup with them. Tell them to pay it forward. All right. We out this thing till Tuesday. Peace.